Hello, my name is Camie, and in this resource video, I would like to introduce you to my friend Norma Harnack, who is a registered nurse and an international teacher trainer for Touch for Health. I went to one of Norma's introductory classes for Touch for Health in between my chemotherapy treatment and then before my radiation treatments began. And when I saw these exercises, something inside of me said, Amy, you need to do these exercises every day during radiation treatment. And that is exactly what I did. And I continue to use these daily now just to keep everything open and flexible. So today we would like to share with you these exercises that are very simple to do and are so valuable for everybody to maintain general health and well-being. So Norma, I would like to thank you for sharing your time and your expertise with us today.
Thank you, Amy. I too believe that everybody should have access to these kinds of things to help yourself. All right, the things that we're going to do concern the 14 major acupuncture meridians that are used primarily here in the West, okay? And each acupuncture meridian is also representative of specific muscles or a specific muscle group. So the exercises we're going to start with have to do with those muscle groups. Now, you don't need to necessarily intone the muscle groups, and the names are long and sometimes a little difficult to remember. However, for most of the poses, we have, or I have, put together some key words that will help you remember just what the pose is. So no offense to any religions or other authorities on this work. They're just things to help you remember what we are doing. So if you've been to a Catholic church or observed any Catholic paintings, you've seen the pictures of the Virgin Mary. And the first muscle that we're going to start with on the central meridian is similar to the pose of the Virgin Mary. So we're going to bring the arms out to the side, and then we're going to bring them back into the center. Out to the side, back into the center. This is the central meridian. And if you do it 3 times, the Chinese feel that using things in an odd number have more power than even numbers. The second muscle that we're going to do is on the governing meridian. What we're going to do is going to put our hands on the flat of our back where the buttocks start to slope down, and then we're going to bring our elbows together. Okay, as closely together as you can bring them. Then we're going to take them out one at a time. Here's 1, here's 2. All right, we call this the chicken wing pose. Bring them out. You can bring them out together if you like. Bring them back. Bring them out. Bring them back. One more time. Bring them out. Bring them back. All right, let your hands drop to your side. Next, we're going to address the stomach meridian. We're going to bring the arms straight up, shoulder in line with the shoulder, okay? And we're going to push back. Push back. I like to call these swimmers, because if you're swimming, you push the water back. Push the water back. This is the stomach meridian. We can do them both at the same time if you like, and we will push the water back. Let your hands relaxed at your side. The next meridian we're going to address is the spleen meridian. In acupuncture, it's called the spleen pancreas meridian. So it's a pretty long name, but we're going to shorten it to just the spleen meridian. And we're going to place our arms at our side. We're going to turn the hands outward. Okay, can you see where Amy's hands are? My hands are? Okay. So I like to call this the penguin pose. And we're going to then bring the arms out. We're going to bring them in. We're going to bring them out. We're going to bring them in. We're going to bring them out. We're going to bring them in. Maybe that's why penguins can't fly. Because this is all they can do. I don't know. All right, so that is the spleen meridian. Relax your arms. The next meridian that we are going to do is the heart meridian. In Touch for Health, we only use one muscle for the heart meridian, and we bring the arms up, kind of like a scarecrow, and then we're going to wave from our scarecrow pose for the heart meridian. The heart meridian. The heart meridian in the scarecrow pose.
Can you do this at the same time?
You could do it at the same time. And relax. So when you're doing this, what you want to notice is how difficult or easy is it to get my arms up here? And if after I do this 3 or 5 times, is it easier? Or is there no change at all? Because you are activating each one of these meridians, okay? The next meridian that we're going to do is the small intestine meridian. And we're going to use our quadriceps for that. And I like to call these marchers. We're going to bring, now Amy,
yes.
You know, I turned 65 this year, so in order that this really looks good for the public, I'm not going to let them know I'm not as steady as I used to be.
You can hold on. There we go.
So you're going to bring the leg up with the foot a little bit extended, and you're going to go marchers. Marchers. Oh, we're both not steady.
You can hold on to something.
Yes, you can hold on to something.
Okay, we can do
so
this.
Now we can do it. Now that we kind of activated that meridian, the small intestine meridian, let's try it and see if we can do it without hanging on to each other.
Okay.
All right, so small intestine, quadriceps, marchers, and it does make a difference, doesn't it? Yeah. That's the small intestine meridian. All right, relax. The next meridian is the bladder meridian, and we are going to bring our foot forward, then we're going to bring the little toe up as if we're going to scratch our eyebrow with the little toe. So bring the little toe up. The foot is kind of sideways now. You see that?
I'll go this way so you can see. So just kind of up.
Okay. And then press down like you're going to kill a little bug at the end of your foot there.
But we don't advocate killing bugs.
No.
It's
No.
just the position.
So we call it the
Bug squisher.
bug squishing position. So we're going to bring the toe up for the bladder meridian, down for the bladder meridian, up for the bladder meridian, down for the bladder meridian, up for the bladder meridian, down for the bladder meridian. Let's switch feet because the meridians appear on both sides of the body. So you have a left side and a right side meridian for the bladder. Foot forward. Bring the toe up, like we're going to scratch our eyebrow, and down for the bladder meridian. Up and down for the bladder meridian. Up and down for the bladder meridian. Relax. This time, we're going to do the kidney meridian, and we're going to activate it as if we all knew how to play soccer. So we're going to bring the leg forward and then push back. Forward and push back, forward and push back, forward and push back, kidney meridian, forward and push back,
And the foot is turned out just a little bit.
just a little, forward and push back, okay? So the next set of muscles we're going to use is on the circulation sex meridian. Now, that's what we call it in Western terms. The acupuncture books will tell you that it is the pericardium meridian. But here in America, where we don't know any Chinese, we like to call it the circulation sex meridian. And by the way, it doesn't have much to do with your sex. It has a lot to do with the circulatory system and its ability to carry the hormones every place they need to go in the body. Okay? So for that one, if you were a dancer in a former life or in this life, and you know how to do a plie, we're going to take the leg out to the side and bring it back to the center for our little ballet mode. Out to the side, back to the center, out to the side, back to the center, out to the side, back to the center. One more time for circulation, sex, meridian. Okay? How are we doing?
We're doing great. Feels good.
Excellent. The next meridian we're going to activate is called the triple warmer meridian. The Chinese, upon observing how the meridian system worked, thought that there must have been 3 burners in the body that had to ignite in order to get the certain hormones and certain responses to happen. So they titled that the triple burner. In Western terms, we call it the triple warmer. Not too much different. For doing that, we're going to put our hands, we're going to bend the elbows slightly, put our arms resting at the side here. And a lot of students like to call this the flying W. So I suppose it does kind of look like a W. And we're going to bring the arm forward and back for the triple warmer, forward and back for the triple warmer, across the chest and back for the triple warmer, across the chest and back for the triple warmer. Last time, across the chest and back for the triple warmer, across the chest and back. You're going to relax, bring your arms down. The next meridian we're going to activate is the gallbladder meridian. It is also the most intricate meridian in the body because it has a lot of little curly cues. But we're not going to actually trace that meridian. We're just going to use our muscles to activate it. And we're going to bring the arms forward. It's about halfway between here and there. Forward. And then we're going to go down for gallbladder. Down for gallbladder. Halfway. Down for gallbladder. Down for gallbladder. Halfway.
And can we do these together?
Yes,
Okay.
we could do these together.
I actually do these together as well as this one. Can we do this one together?
Yes,
Okay.
anything that you can manage to do together, you can. Of course, if you can do the legs at the same time, please
Don't try that.
videotape it and send it to us. And what you want to do, because you want to get the best out of it for yourself, is if I'm moving them together, that feels okay. But if I try to move them one at a time, is that different? So that's something
Yes.
you would be able to evaluate.
Is one side easier to move than the other side? Is one side stronger than the other side? And then notice any changes.
Excellent. So where were we? At the gallbladder. All right. So now we're going to do the liver meridian. Now the position for the liver meridian is one we've done before. Kind of looks like the swimmers. So before we did the swimmers, we were pushing the water back, doing our thing there. This time we're going to do the backstroke. So for the liver meridian, we're going to go up and away.
This one was my favorite and still is. And please check with your physical therapist and your doctor before starting this program, just to make sure they know that you're doing it. But for me, because I had surgery and I had lymph nodes removed, this stretch helped so much to maintain that flexibility. Even to this day, a year after my surgery, I do this every day to help keep that open and flexible.
You can also do these at the same time. So we're going to do the backstroke
That feels so good.
for the liver meridian and relax. The next meridian that we're going to address is the lung meridian. So many things are thought about this particular position. Sometimes people just bring their arm to here and nothing else, okay? It would be equivalent to just turning your hand over from your swimmer position. On the other hand, what we want you to do is we want you to bring the arm a little above the shoulder. And then, as if someone could shake hands with you from out of the sky, we want you to reach forward for their hand. And then bring the arm down for the lung meridian. Up a little above the shoulder. Forward to shake hands with our friends in the sky. Down for the lung meridian. Can you do it together? Yeah, you can. Let's try it. Up a little above the shoulder. Reach for the sky. And down for the lung meridian. Excellent. The last meridian, remember I told you there were 14, that we're going to do is the large intestine meridian. In the large intestine meridian, we are going to move the legs again. This time, it's almost the opposite from the kidney meridian. And if you know a whole lot about acupuncture, you also know that the large intestine meridian is opposite the kidney meridian in the times that meridians are activated, the time of day that meridians are activated. That's probably too much information. All right, so we're going to bring the legs straight forward. All right, I'm going to hang on because I want to describe it without falling over. All right, we're going to bring the leg straight forward, turn the foot in, and bring the leg down.
And you cross over a little bit, right?
Just a little bit, yes. In and then down. Okay? So for the large intestine meridian, straight up, turn it in, bring it down. Straight up, turn it in, bring it down. Testing this. Straight up, turn it in, bring it down. Straight up, turn it in, bring it down. For the large intestine meridian. You want to see that one more time? We'll do it individually so we can hang on greatly with each other. All right, so straight up, turn the foot in, bring the leg down. Straight up, turn the foot in, bring the leg down for the large intestine meridian. You ready? You can hang on to me.
That's okay.
You got it? She's got it.
All right, now, I actually noticed that I have a little movement that should cross that midline. Is that appropriate?
That's fine.
Okay. And for me, I feel it like up in here. It's wonderful. These exercises just bring awareness to so many little muscles that otherwise wouldn't have my attention.
So, as the famous airline people say, pay attention to yourself first if you want to live. Put that oxygen mask on yourself first.
Right. And use these exercises as often as you feel called to. I have a question very quickly, Norma. Is it important to do it in a specific order? And do you have to do all of them? If you do one, do you need to go through the whole series?
All right. So since you're doing something that's very abbreviated, I would recommend that if you do one, do them all. You come to something that, oh, that's really, really, really hard to do, or I'm hanging onto a chair and I'm still falling over. Repeat that one more. You know, give it some individual attention. That's how I would address it. Yes.
And the most important thing is to listen to your body and make sure that your health practitioner is aware that you're doing these exercises. And I've created a short, with the help of Norma, a short PDF handout that you can actually print out with our names and the actual muscle groups that are being used and the meridians, so that it will help remind you as to the movements. Please access this video as often as possible and enjoy your journey to health.